Welcome to the 16th episode of Hot Boxing Talk, South Africa's very own online boxing talk show. We did a special feature on Shaun Ness, the number one contender and fighting soon for the vacant South African welterweight championship. And we had our weekly chat with Cyril Hong and Hayden Jones. This is the 16th episode of Hot Boxing Talk. I have the two gentlemen by my side. It's that time of the week where we're going to be talking about boxing internationally and, of course, in South Africa. First, gentlemen, welcome. Let's talk about the junior welterweight division. There was a lot of activity around the world. Let's talk about Adrian Broner becoming the WBA champion of the world. Third weight class, third champion. What do you think of him being champion now?
Well, he's a good boxer, but he's not calling out the elite guys now. He's sort of getting on the outside of the WBA title, and I don't know if he'd be beating the top guys.
He's a world champion. Where does he fit in the junior welterweight division?
He's below the best. The best would be Crawford, Postel. Maybe if Pacquiao does drop to junior welterweight, below him as well.
Or Floyd Mayweather.
Or Floyd Mayweather.
Because he's not retired, because he still hasn't vacated those championships.
No, he hasn't vacated his titles.
I don't think Floyd's really retired, do you? Moving along, Victor Postel. You guys were having a bit of a Twitter go at one another. You went for Victor and you went for Matisa. Why did you guys? Because you guys are always agreeing with one another. Why did you go with Postel?
He's a bit of an unknown gem. You know, we've seen him in recent times. Danny Garcia's been ducking a lot. He comes with a big reputation, but no one's really seen him. So, based on that, and I knew he kind of had the skills to outpoint Matisse. I didn't know he was going to knock him out, let's put it that way. But I thought he would have outpointed Lucas Matisse.
Why did you go for Matisse?
Well, I felt Matisse has had better opponents in terms of quality of opposition. Matisse's power I thought that would be a telling factor. Basically, Matisse, he's a known knockout artist.
Let me put you on the spot. Did Matisse get knocked out or did he quit?
I think he quit.
Yeah, I think he quit.
Ruslan Provodnikov has left the wild card. He has now joined Joel Diaz. How much do you think Provodnikov's got left?
Not much left in the tank. He's taken a few heavy losses now, so I think it was the right time for him to change. Maybe see if he can maybe get something out of Joel Diaz as well.
Ironically, Joel Diaz trained Timothy Bradley for his fight against Provodnikov. Where does Provodnikov go now with his new trainer and so forth? I know there's a date on the 6th of November and in Brooklyn in America apparently, but where do you think he goes now?
I think for now, stay away from anybody that can punch. That's what I would say.
There's a talking point, let's keep it to South Africa now, that Makazole Tete will be fighting Maruti Mthalani. We touched on it last week. Who do you think wins and why?
I think Maruti wins experience.
Do you think this fight should happen? Do you think it comes a little too soon for Makazole?
I think it's a bit too soon for Makazole. Judging by his last performance, I think Maruti beats him quite comfortably.
Lots of development stuff happening around South Africa, specifically in Joburg. Last Sunday at Empress Palace, we had Rodney Berg and Jeff Ellis doing a development show. Tonight we've got Andre Taser. Although this show's coming out on Friday, the show is coming out tonight. We've got Keith and Corsi making comeback. Development in South Africa, very important.
Very important. It's been lacking in the last couple of years, so it's great to see it back.
If you guys were promoters and the setting was done, how often would realistically, as promoters, the two of you, would you do shows in South Africa? Once a month? Once every second month?
Well, I think the development shows once a month would be great. Well, in terms of the big shows, well, I suppose once every second month or third month or so. But the development ones, sure, definitely.
There was a massive injection by the sports department for amateur boxing to the value of 10 million rand. That kind of money being given to professional boxing, BSA for example, running development shows, beneficial?
It would be very beneficial.
Well, that's it. The two gentlemen have spoken right here on Hot Boxing Talk. We welcome back onto the Hot Boxing Talk Shaun Ness, a co-challenger on the 23rd of October, which is about 15 days away now, for the vacant South African Welterweight Championship. I am pushing you to the brink of death, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
How's it going? I mean, you're very excited. I mean, you are not young in professional boxing, but you've got a very extensive amateur background. We've discussed, being kind of, having a bit of pressure on you because your dad's probably one of the most prolific amateur coaches in South African boxing history. How are you feeling right now?
At this moment, I feel really good. You've been pushing me really hard, so my fitness is up there, and I think I feel really good. I can take this.
We have a tough task going to PE, to the co-challenger's backyard. How do you feel about fighting in his backyard?
It's going to be a challenge there, so I need to make sure I take this.
If the fight goes the distance, are you worried about judges being fair or not fair?
I am a bit worried about that, so yeah, like I said, I need to make sure I take this.
Your prediction for this fight? I mean, I think you've got the capabilities to win this fight. Obviously, I think so, otherwise we wouldn't have taken it. But let me ask you your prediction for this contest.
I won by TKO between 7 and 9.
A message to the PE boxing fans, what they can expect on the 23rd of October down there?
Explosive nights. We're going to make it rain. Yeah, you'll see a really explosive boxing. Come check it out.
So this is the #1 contender, Shaun Ness. He is challenging for the South African Welterweight Championship on the 23rd of October in PE. This is the Hot Boxing Talk.